between the ages of 30 and 40. And some of you experiencing the sickness might not even know that you have it or what it is. As light touch to your skin that causes so much pain when you need a hug, and that hug translates into severe pain. Today we'll give you the story of Jack Malago, a former host and career woman, mother whose life spiraled downwards into the pits of pain. Here's her story about fibromyalgia.
Well, I was formally diagnosed to have fibromyalgia in August of 2010. But little did I know, as early as 2004, I already have all the symptoms of this fibromyalgia. Fibromyalgia is a chronic aching disease of the muscles, tendons, joints, and nerves. And the common symptom of fibromyalgia disease or illness is that you have chronic pain all over your body. What they call the 18 tender points. You just have to touch it slightly and really, shout in pain. You cannot sleep. You have foggy thinking. You have fiber flares. You could hardly think straight. And you have the chronic fatigue syndrome. Like in a week, I could not get up unless I take some painkillers to numb me. I've been taking all these painkillers in the last 2 years, which is, caused me to have gastric ulcer. There are about 44 illnesses that coexist with fibromyalgia, and about 15 of them I have. I have pituitary adenoma, arachnoid cyst, bilateral vocal cord nodules, gastric ulcer, GERD, chronic gastropathy, myoma, sinusitis, rhinitis, mastoiditis, slitis, hyperuricemia, and diabetes. But what really is so disheartening when you have this kind of illness is that you go through depression bouts. And for a person like me, so bubbly, there was a point in my life that I don't want to go out. I just shun away from people, and I just have to hibernate for about 2 years. And the diagnosis of different ailments never stopped, one after another. I found out that fibromyalgia has something to do with a disorder in your central nervous system. I cannot get up because I don't have the energy, the stamina, and in pain. I always have headache. I'm having blurred visions. After learning that I had fibromyalgia, first I didn't tell my family. They saw all my sufferings, the pain that I've been undergoing every day. The first reaction that they have, especially my children, is that they would always tell me, "It's all in your mind, Ma. You're just under stress." Anytime I could have a stroke, I could have a seizure. And it was actually at this point that I asked personally God to take my life, because what would I be useful for if I have all these illnesses? In the last 3 years, I've been on medications. I take about 10 to 15 kinds of medications to address individually the ailments that I have. It was in August that I was so tired of taking all the medications, and I asked the Lord to give me one alternative meds. And after taking Laminine, I have a renewed sense of well-being. I have my visual acuity has sharpened. I have increased concentration and focus. I have the symptoms of fibro flares gone. The symptoms of all my illnesses, especially my diabetes, the last 3 months, my sugar level has been normal, and my cortisol level became normal. And for fibromyalgia sufferers, they have very low serotonin. And after taking in the last 3 months Laminine, everything went well. The most important thing, that I really am so thankful, because in the last 3 years, if there's something that I prayed for in my life, it's not food, it's sleep. And thank God, because of Laminine, I can sleep well. The fibromyalgia symptoms, all of it, they're now done, and I can live normally. Just like before, after consulting all my doctors, they just took away all my medications. I'm back to life, and I thank God for that.
With us today in the studio is Jack Malago. We'll be right back.
Ngayong linggo, ang mga future swimmer pinabilib si Isabel. At ang isa sa 25 greatest players ng PBA.
Ba namang klaseng bintana yung mga nabuksan.
Greatest coach na rin.
Satisfaction from coaching is siguro yung makita mo yung mga manlalaro mo na napuputo.
Sports Pilipinas.
Para sa mga estudyante, empleyado at mga commuters, bahagi na ng araw-araw na buhay ang pagsakay sa LRT. At kapag inabutan ng buto, saan nga ba patok? Sumibok! Kaya naman naganap ang pasok ay tatlong resto na ilang minuto lang ang layo sa LRT station. Yun!
Sarap nilang pa nga ito eh. Ako po sa rin sa Alano nagbabalik din 2013 dito lang sa Paso.
Be alive! Be alive!
Be alive!
Be alive! Be alive! Be alive! Be alive! Be alive!
Be alive!
Be alive!
Be alive!
Be alive!
Be alive!
Be alive! Be alive! Be alive! Be alive! Be alive!
How are you, Jad? Kumusta ka na?
Mabuti naman po. Maayos na maayos na po.
Jack, you were saying, we were talking about with Maggie and Susan earlier, you were saying fibromyalgia. What is fibromyalgia?
Is it true what Susan said that there's so much pain that you cannot even be touched?
Yes.
Aside from fibromyalgia, I know that you have several illnesses or ailments. Is that part of fibromyalgia?
There are about 44 illnesses that can coexist
Wow.
or are associated with fibromyalgia.
You used to, you used to be very vibrant, you used to
Yes.
host, you used to go around, and then this fibromyalgia caused you to, in your VTR, you were saying that for 2 years she stopped working, she became reclusive. Is that true?
And how did you manage to pain? Were you constantly on painkillers?
I went through depression.